Today we will be making our horses out of marshmallows, Twizzlers, and toothpicks. So here are two members of our herd with their tails, their manes, and their forelocks made out of Twizzlers, their ears and their hooves made out of small marshmallows, and their barrel and their head made out of big marshmallows. This is what you need. 2 large marshmallows, 5 small marshmallows, 4 toothpicks, and 1 set of Twizzlers pull and peel. Now there are 9 in here. I like to divide them by groups of 3. So I'm going to peel until I get 3 Twizzlers, just like that. You can do the tail and the mane as thick as you want, but I think it's easiest to work with groups of 3. So now I can make up to 3 tails or manes. First thing I'm going to do with a pair of scissors is carefully cut my marshmallow in half so that it looks like a triangle. Okay, so I'm cutting it across the diagonal. This is what it looks like. When we have 2 marshmallows, 1 marshmallow cut across the diagonal like that to make 2 horse heads. So here's my marshmallow. Take my scissors and carefully cut across the diagonal. This will make it look the shape of a horse head. Okay, there we go. I'll save 1 for later, and I'll use just one head per horse for this one. Now I'm going to cut a little bit off the back of my horse's head so that I can make the mane stick to his head. So it will look like this right there. I'm going to let that part stick to the horse's head. So I'll take my scissors just in the middle, a little bit, just to make it stick. Now I can add my forelock. Break these up or keep them together. I like it to look like hair, so I break them up. And I'm going to fold just the top over my horse's head, the top of my horse's head, and then I'll pinch the bottom down. Okay, that will be my horse's forelock. This one's going to have a braided forelock, I guess. There we go. If I want, I can cut this to make it a little bit shorter. There's our horse with its forelock and mane. Now, I'll do the same kind of cut for a miniature marshmallow to make 2 triangle ears. So not this way, across the diagonal. Okay, just like that. Now I have 2 horse ears that look like mini triangles. To attach my horse ears to my horse head, I need to take a toothpick and break it in half, or even a little bit less than half. I'll stick the pointy end into the ear. And I'll stick this pointy end into the other ear. So now I have 2 ears. I like the curved part to face the back of the horse. Okay, now we put our ears carefully on our horse's head. There's 1 ear. The good thing is, if you don't like where you put it the first time, you can just take it out and do it again. Here's my 2nd ear. Okay. There we go. We've got our horse head with our mane. The forelock is the front hair or the bangs that a horse might have. Now I can work on my horse's body. I'm going to take another toothpick, break it in half, and use both pointy ends on my horse's chin to make it stand up. The horse head is very heavy, so we need both of them. So I'll stick those at an angle into my horse's chin. Okay, now I can attach this like that. Right here, going to stick it in carefully. There we go. Okay, now my horse's head is on. Next thing I need to do is add a tail. So here's my tail. I need to cut a big slice into the back here to insert the tail. So I'm going to take my scissors and poke a hole. I'll go about halfway in to the horse's back here so that I have space to make the tail stick. So I put a big slice in there. If your tail falls out of the horse, you have to make a little bit of a bigger pocket to hold that tail. There we go. This is a long tail. I'm going to make it a little bit shorter. And then if you want, you can break apart the Twizzlers to make the tail look more flowy. Okay, now we have a horse tail and we have our horse mane. I'm going to curve mine around that way and pinch it to make it stick. It does get sticky. Last but not least, we need to add our horse's feet. So for the hooves, I break a toothpick in half 2 times. 1, 2. I rest the marshmallows on the ground. I put the pointy end in each marshmallow. Oh, wrong end. Pointy end in the small marshmallow. And now, to make the horse stand up. This can be tricky because the horse head is very heavy. So one trick I like to use is that I make the back legs or the hind legs shorter than the front legs, almost like our horse is sitting. So there's 1, there's 2, and I'll push those in pretty far. The front legs will be a little bit longer. That will help our horse stand up. And if your horse doesn't stand up on his first try, that's just like the foals. It takes them an hour or so, 30 minutes to an hour to get up and run around. And it's the same with your horse. So it takes a little bit of time for the marshmallows to harden. And then once they're hard, within 45 minutes, your horse should stand up, no problem. There's our Marshmallow Horse with his pointy ears, his colorful tail and mane and forelock, and his 4 hooves. You can use your gumdrops as a bale of hay, as some grass for grazing, or simply to make a fence line around your new herd. Happy crafting!